It's been a while. Let's cover what's trending in China. Recently, 白人饭, which translates to white people food, is getting really popular and people are showing their recipes. The spirit of white people food is described by the Chinese consumer as such. Number one, you gave zero filling to your food, which means you put zero spice. White people food is supposed to be not enjoyable, but it's important for you to get your nutrition and energy to get the work done in the afternoon. The idea of having 白人饭 is only for work days during lunch, so having these tasteless food help you to separate work from life.
It's a bit of a tough trend going on there on TikTok, as you guys saw there. It's over Chinese social media specifically, as this point out here, eating bland, basic work lunches, and they're calling it white people food. The trend has continued on, folks trying to make their own versions of white people food. This is what sparked it all. Some of these folks pointing out some of the things they saw their coworkers eating at lunch. Some person said, yeah, my colleague only had a sweet pepper for lunch. My colleague ate a carrot. And also, the end of the world is coming. They must be more adaptable than us. Wow. And this is getting harsh. One more, though. This is a colleague's lunch. A few baby carrots and a few slices of spinach. Can they generate their own energy without eating? Man, targeted shots have been getting fired. Of course, we hear the general conversations about people that don't season their food. But man, as this particular story is pointing out, Chinese social media. So there's different kinds of foods across the world, and they're trying to find out exactly how this whole thing works out. This is one of the things that sparked the whole thing, though, because one person posted that this was a Swedish woman sitting on a train, and this was her lunch of ham on lettuce, and she was just eating it on a train. And she's like, what the hell is going on? So, of course, many folks gave all kinds of accounts of what they've seen from their coworkers at lunch that seem to be very basic. You guys can see some of those. I don't have to read them directly to you. We can leave it up for a couple seconds as you guys see folks in this approach. So folks started making their own. Ben, let's look at graphic 5, you guys, and then we'll let Ben jump in here because he says the point of white people's meal is to learn what it feels like to be dead. But I've taken 2 bites and it was so bad, makes me realize how alive I am. That's what one user wrote. I feel really bad. This is a little over the top for me. Am I right?
I mean, apparently there's Lunchables in heaven, so that's exciting for nobody. Very disappointing. You'd think there'd be
I'm sure there's plenty of white folks who season their food. Buffet. I don't know.
Yeah, look, I do season my food. I feel like this is not the right timing to admit that my breakfast/lunch before air today was just 3 spoons of healthy peanut butter with no sugar added. Not perfect, but typically I do like to eat tasty food. I think these Chinese people are kind of lumping all white people together unfairly. I think they mean British white people, in which, yes, it's very terrible, unseasoned food that nobody should ever touch or enjoy. And it's not the reason to visit London. You got to bring your own packed lunches when you go over the pond. But generally speaking, American food's got some decent spice. You know, I even add hot sauce to my eggs. Even sometimes ketchup because I'm a basic bee. But the point is, I don't disagree that there could be more flavor in white people's food. I don't think we're trying to act like we're dead by doing it. I just think, this is really making me question a lot of stuff. I'm gonna have to look in my fridge and do some soul searching.
I feel like I must be detached because, of course, I've heard like, oh, put some salt on it. But man, I didn't know this was becoming a trend where people start trying to recreate their own. By the way, this last image here, you guys, graphic 6, you mentioned British food, and our producer Emily said similar things. She's got family over there, and she pointed out, well, that is where the problem may lie. So I'm not sure exactly which white folks they're talking about, but some of the examples that have been floating around. It just seems to be straight produce or bread without much of a sauce, mayonnaise, mustard, pickles, who knows? I'm trying to figure it out. Educate me, you guys. Tell me what it is that makes white people food. Debate it and have fun.